slips it through, and it's cleared and cleared and cleared. How many shots would you like, Tottenham? Yes. Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Tottenham Hotspur. I hope you are still enjoying it. I really am, but if you are, leave a like. That would be really helpful. So, I literally didn't want to stop recording these videos on Friday. It's Monday now. We're back. It's a brand new week. And we're ready to go. You might notice that the lighting and things look a little bit different on the face cam. I'm trying out some new stuff, admittedly, as well as I have a cam link now, so in theory it should help the stream quality look better as well, but it also means I had to change the settings on the camera for the videos too, but I think it encouraged me to actually take a little look at the lighting a little bit more, so hopefully that should improve as well. But honestly, I recorded 3 videos of this series on Friday, and I did not want to stop playing it. I had to physically stop myself from making more episodes, because that's how much I'm enjoying it so far, and that's all you really want out of FM, really, isn't it? Now, I thought we'd start here, because I got a very interesting news article. It's from Hugo Lloris. He sent me a little message. Just letting you know, Joe Hart doesn't seem himself at the minute. I think he feels he should be starting more games. That's third choice goalkeeper, Joe Hart. Just here, essentially, to fill a slot in the squad. So, what? But then I had a look at Joe Hart. His contract has him as a first choice goalkeeper. Meaning that as far as he's concerned, he should be playing matches for us. That feels like a bit of a bug to me when you consider that he's essentially the third choice goalkeeper. That arguably may be second, but that's not why he was brought in at Spurs in real life. So, yeah, maybe they should look at that one, I feel like, because I don't think he should be a first choice goalkeeper. Reguilón's hurt himself. Bad news. That's not what we needed. Surprised he didn't terminate Bale's loan deal after the attitude he gave you. Yeah, to be fair, after the attitude. One, I forgot. To be honest, I actually forgot we could do that. Secondly, I don't know if we were still in the transfer window when I could do that. I think we were, but I can't now, and I can't do it till January. And as you can see, he only actually has 3 to 6 weeks back on his injury, which means he'll actually be back before January anyway. So in theory, provided he doesn't take, provided he doesn't get too far in the PGA Tour, we should have him for the second half of the season, so you may as well keep him around, even though it would potentially save us some money. Watch him get another injury the moment he comes back, though. Now, there is international duty directly after this Saints game. And a lot of this episode is probably going to end up being Europa League matches towards the end, because there's a weird spell where you get Sunday fixtures, someone pointed out. Also, you guys seem to like the slightly longer video, so I've decided that we're going to do 5 games per episode for the rest of this series to make sure that we can actually finish this season on the beta. So we're just going to plow on with that. That means they'll be between 20 and 25 minutes each time. Probably won't be as long as that with Bolton, but hey, it's all a bit of fun, isn't it? Okay, that's new, I think, and cool. Their match kicked off an hour before ours, but it shows the latest score from the match rather than either it not at all or the final score. Because I swear on FM20, you either didn't see anything or you saw the whole game even though it couldn't have possibly known. That's awesome. So with at half-time in the Chelsea-Brighton game, it's 2-0 to Chelsea. Lovely touch. Let's do a selection advice just in case anyone's back fit, because Reguilón's now injured, so we're going to have to... I say have to. I don't mind Ben Davies. I'd still rather have Reguilón, obviously, but Davies is actually... Look at that. Bloody hell, 3.5 stars. He's not bad at all. He's played very well this year as well. Or maybe that's his role suitability. So, actually, no, he's still considered very good. Fair enough. So with the fact that so many players are missing, we may well have to go for something like this today. Now, there's a lot of talk about why am I not playing Højbjerg? And originally the plan was to play him as the DM. That was the original idea with the start of the tactic, because I knew that he was great for that role. The problem is, as much as the DLP is actually his preferred position, he doesn't actually have the best passing. It's only 12. He's got good vision, but his passing is just not good compared to Lo Celso or Winks or Ndombele, who are all the 15-16 kind of range, and that does make a difference. But one thing I did overlook was the fact that Lo Celso is actually a really solid DLP himself, because he's got great passing, great vision, and very good decisions too, which I believe is super important this year. Now, because we've got players missing currently, we may well actually have to go, although I could swap them over, but I don't think Højbjerg would be any better as a BBM. Actually, I tell a lie, right? He might actually be okay to play the box-to-box midfield role. It seems to rate him quite highly then. He does lack the speed, the mobility side of things, but he's got good stamina, and he lacks the long shots, but he might be okay. So I think I'd actually be tempted to swap these two over and play Højbjerg as the BBM and Lo Celso as the DLP. This is nice. This is much nicer. The players definitely seem to be responding more to me now, which is a good sign. Like, away from home at Southampton, you wouldn't... Like, that would normally be a difficult place to go, although Saints' home record at times has left a lot to be desired in real life, as Walker Peters is straight through for Southampton and Lloris with the big save from the off there. But we will see. We're due a defeat at some point. Like, that's bound to happen. I'd like it to be to a bigger club, really. They are pressing up very, very high on us, which we may be able to play through, but it might also cost us. So we might turn off play out defence. See if we can get something going here. Son, straight into the play. Can he cut back? It's a great strike. And Forster with the goal. No, Forster. Good stuff from Son early doors. I'm interested in to see how the Lo Celso-Højbjerg pairing actually does. It's interesting that Højbjerg's first start for us in the league this year actually comes against Saints. Ah, you see, that's not what we need. Okay, we should have won the ball there. Oh, Redmond's in, and it's surely another good stop from Lloris. Terrible defending from us, though. He had the ball at his feet, and we should have got it off of him. Here we go. Bit of a counter-attack potentially. He could go alone. Oh, around the side of Harry Kane. Oh, and it's just saved onto the post there by Forster. It's been end-to-end stuff from both sides. We've not been that good in this game so far. We've given up too many good opportunities to Saints. That 4-4-2 is causing us some problems at the moment. And again here, Danny Ings, and now he's through. And, well, he scored. Just bad defending from us on that particular occasion. The 4-4-2 is causing us some problems so far. Saints are pushing up very, very high. I think there's a few things we can change there, but that feels like it's been coming. We've had a few little opportunities here. But once he gets 2-on-2 here, I thought we had the better of this situation. But Ings has just managed to nip round the defender, and this time there's just nothing Lloris could do about that. Right, okay, that's fine. We get a chance to change things. All I've done for now is turn off work ball out of defence and turn on work ball into the box. Oh, look at the space for Lo Celso. Look at the space out. Okay, interesting decision. Not been great from us, to be honest. Just, we deserve to be behind. We're going to just drop our defensive line one more notch, because I feel like they're getting too much space in behind, even though they're not actually getting the passes directly behind. We're just giving them a little bit too much room when they do get there. Doherty. Lamela. Here we go. Oh. Instant equaliser. Only Son's second goal of the season for us. That's actually quite surprising. I figured he'd score more than that in this period, but it's nice to see him actually getting some game time for us. Lovely old job. Højbjerg with the ball through. Saints 1, Tottenham 0. The only thing I changed, obviously that's not going to relate to that. The changes I made at the end of the first half are probably much more responsible for what's just happened here. Lovely little disguised pass from Højbjerg, but I have dropped our defensive line a tiny bit deeper, as is our line of engagement as well. I don't think this move is over yet. What was that for a clearance? He has such a simple pass to make there, and this could end up costing us here. Ball through the middle, Shea Adams is in, and it's a great save for Lloris. He makes up for his error there. Well, we have remained unbeaten in the Premier League. I think we're very fortunate to have done so. We definitely, I think, deserved a goal, but I think Saints could have easily had a second one and won that match. We've got away with that massively there. Lloris was spectacular, but again, we fought hard, and I think we did make some sensible changes that did seem to stymie them a little bit, but it wasn't able to make us as creative as I would have liked. So, not the best performance in the world there, but nevertheless, we got a result, and that's kind of key for us, is getting results when we're losing games, like against Sheffield United and against Saints today. Extra points matter. Today, we place mid-table West Ham at home. I do wonder if perhaps it was the attacking approach against Saints too that might have left us more exposed, similarly to how it happened against Sheffield United. Like, our home record is absolute. 4 wins, 4-2, 2-0, 2-0, 3-1. Whereas our away record, actually, you've only had the one win. That was at Leicester City, and we were quite fortunate there in many ways. So I do wonder if perhaps just literally turning it down to positive could make a difference in those games. Now, West Ham play a very strange system, but I do love the variations in the system teams are playing too. I will do a selection advice here just to see if there is any changes, particularly as some players are back, Reguilon being one of them. I still kind of like the idea of playing Lo Celso as the DLP. And to be fair, Højbjerg did get the assist for our goal. And Harry Winks hasn't exactly been spectacular so far for us. So I'm actually tempted to go with this partnership again in the midfield for today. Certainly at least until Ndombele and Sissoko are fit again, because I really do like their work. I mean, Sissoko's got 6 goals. We can hardly argue with it. Everybody else, though, completely happy to go with that. The links are building up, which is nice. Doherty's not quite ready at the moment, unfortunately. So this should be enough for us right now. We're going to have to rotate around a lot, but I'll rest players out for those Europa League games. Some players looking aggressive from the start. A little bit worrying. They've got a touch of the Ryan Porteous about them. I wonder if that's because of the derby. Even if we have to sort of scrape one here just to get through, because we've got a lot more matches to come today, and I think the next 3 games are all Europa League for Tottenham now, so that'll be a good chance to sort of finish off that group and see where it goes. Son. There's going to be some gaps, though, because this is an interesting shape they play, and it's going to leave space for our overlapping fullbacks, like this. Dele Alli, Kane, it's too much of a... Oh! Nice work. It sort of deflected into Dele Alli's path. Sebastian there, cut out by Sergio Aurier, and a great header, actually, gets Lamela away, potentially. Could even find Son here. Might go alone for a little bit. Now find Son. Chance to build this up again. Reguilon with the overlap. We're getting a lot of men into key areas now. Reguilon's ball through, sweeps through. Harry Kane sweeps it into the back of the net for his 11th goal of the year, and Tottenham lead West Ham by a 1-0. We've been all over them in the first half an hour of this match. We've certainly needed a response after the Southampton result, and we have got it. West Ham's wing-backs are not getting back and covering at all. They're just allowing their back 3 to deal with it. Bit fortunate perhaps with the way the ball ends up at Harry Kane's feet, but it doesn't matter because it's 1-0 Spurs. There's your half-time. Tottenham 1, West Ham 0. We've given them no shots. They have an XG of... not even 0, it's dash. That is a great first half performance, but I really wish we'd managed to find another goal in there, just to give us a bit more of a clearance, because they will change something, but I'm pleased with how it's going. Second goal, very, very important, as always in these situations, and Dele is keeping through tackles. Here we go, Lamela, great strike, and Eric Lamela with his 8th goal of the year. I think that's another little assist for Dele Alli. He's creeping up on the assist chart for us. I don't know exactly how many he's got, but it feels like he's got a few more recently, and we've scored literally just after half-time to give ourselves a very comfortable position. Once again, Dele Alli drawing people in, and Lamela, he loves these types of goals, just sets himself and smashes that in the top corner for 2-0. Come on! Lo Celso again, though. Lamela. Now the overlaps are coming from wide, and Højbjerg off the crossbar. It's Spurs 3, West Ham 0. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg with the goal. That is quite some strike. Wow, what a hit. Okay, well, what were we worried about after the Southampton game, after all? It's now 3-0 Tottenham. I think Lamela gets the assist. Oh, no, it's Harry Kane knocks it back to him, and he has thundered that one in. Yeah, we're a couple of screamers today. Now, I made some substitutions just to get some fresh legs in. Get rid of Son, Kane, people that just Reguilon as well, who's only just back from a knock, just to make sure that we've got some freshness, because it's important. And again, we're 3, you know, it'd be very unlike Spurs to, oh my God, Vinicius is in there and it's now 4. Tottenham 4, West Ham 0. We are trashing them here at... What, is this Hotspur Way? I thought it was the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but have they changed it since, or is it just what FM calls it? That's terrible defending from West Ham. Souček's just passed this straight across his own goal. Simple one to intercept there for Carlos Vinicius, sneaking in there, and it's now 4-0 to Tottenham. Biggest win of the season, it looks like, for us. Well, there you have it. West Ham did have a couple of shots very late on in that game, but we have absolutely demolished them here. 4-0 to go back to the top of the Premier League. We've made up for the poor result against Southampton with our 5th consecutive home win of the season in the Premier League. I think our home record is going to be key for us to have a shot at top 4 or beyond potentially this season. If we could just sort out the away record a little bit more, maybe slightly more reserved in the away games to make sure that we're a bit more stable, that could be key for us. Okay, we're back again for the AEK game. We've got 3 straight Europa League matches now, including on a Sunday, which is so strange. So, I'm going to pick full rotation here and just see what it does. That was not full rotation, was it? Okay, that's better. We've managed to bring in some more younger prospects through the team there. So, that is... Hey, Joe Hart's going to get a game. Imagine that. So, we're going to go with Vinicius, Bergwijn, Cooper, Lucas Moura, Højbjerg, Ndombele, Aurier, Tanganga, Roden, Davis, and Hart. And the bench will be an actual starting 11, essentially. Right then, let's see what we've got for us here. It's a very, very different looking Spurs side, but there's still some quality in key areas. We've got the likes of Lucas Moura, Bergwijn, particularly on the frontal areas. That's kind of key for us. If we can just win this game without having to play the full strength, I think that'd be very, very important. Aurier slips it through, and it's cleared and cleared and cleared. How many shots would you like, Tottenham? Yes. Lucas Moura's delivery, and it's headed away, and still not in the back of the net. Amazingly, we have yet to score in this match. Roden. Bergwijn, look at the space out wide again. Højbjerg. Lucas Moura around the side for Shea Cooper, and he's scored. Shea Cooper scores his first ever goal for Tottenham, and it's in the Europa League. Lovely little assist, and we have the lead with the rotated side. You can't ask much more than that. The wide players for us that are cutting through are just taking too many defenders with them, and it's causing them all sorts of problems. Lovely ball through from Lucas Moura. Great composure from Shea Cooper, and it is 1-0 Tottenham. Come on. Half-time, pretty good performance so far. Could have done with the second goal, but overall, pleased with the lads, and it means we may not have to bring on the big boys. Cut out by Serge Aurier. Oh, where's the run? There's the run for Carlos Vinicius. This is his bread and butter, these sort of chances, and he finishes it easily. 7th goal of the year for a guy that basically only plays for us in the cup games. That's actually ridiculously impressive for Carlos Vinicius as a backup striker for us this year, to have already got 7 goals on the board in all competitions. Lovely ball through from Aurier. That's a really important goal, as it just kind of makes us feel a little bit more composed, a little bit more confident. 2-0 up, good stuff. I'd argue that statistically we've kind of underperformed a little bit today. We're actually getting an XG of 3.27 currently, which is surprisingly high. We've been very, very good and just haven't really taken the chances for it. Is that going to be the 3rd non-penalty of the day? Not sure who's going to take it. It looks like it might. Oh, it's Carlos Vinicius. Of course it is. And it's slotted into the bottom corner. Tottenham 3, AEK 0. Very, very important one for him. 8th goal of the season as well. He is doing very, very well for us when he needs to. Harry Kane couldn't score those penalties, could he? So it's 3-0 Spurs. Great stuff. That's a good ball in behind for Karim, and they've scored. They've got a goal back. Karim Anasarifard has got a goal back for AEK. I wasn't even paying attention. I just figured the game was about to finish. Terrible clearances from us there. And to be fair, a very, very good ball over the top from Mantalos, who, of course, scored those 2 goals against us in the first game. Caused us all kinds of problems. Poor defending has just let us down there. Tired legs, probably, too. So there we go. I'd say 3-1 actually kind of flatters them a little bit, but there you go. We've got the result, and that's what we needed. So there have actually been games this weekend. We slipped down to 4th in the league again, but now maintained a 2-game buffer to the teams directly above us, which would allow us to potentially move 4 clear of United and Arsenal and 5 clear of Everton. City are the sort of... Actually, to be fair, City could only go to 22 points as well. So if we somehow won both our games in hand, we could go 4 points clear at the top of the Premier League and be unbeaten after 10 games. So, what I would like to do considering we've got the easier, in theory, game here, and then Sparta at the weekend, is I would like to have played the stronger team then, but we've got Villa in the Premier League not long after, so we may have to play a stronger lineup today, weaker one against Sparta because we'll practically already be through, and then play for the stronger one against Villa again. Although Winks isn't Ndombele. Oh no, he started the last game, didn't he? I'm prepared to do this one more time since we're not quite back yet with some of the other players. Højbjerg's been solid. Lo Celso's been very good. Still lacking the tactical familiarity, but he'll get there. Honestly, it's just nice to have a lot of options. More than anything. That's one thing we do have is a lot of options in this area. Right then, let's go. Get the win here. Get us on to 12 points. No matter what happens in the other game, it doesn't... I mean, the Sparta one... Oh, hang on. Højbjerg again. Look at the overlap now for Reguilon. He's into the box. He might not get the shoot there. Oh, it doesn't matter because Dele Alli's in there. It's 1-0 after 3 minutes. A very, very good start for us. That's what we needed. That we can bring some players off after like 60 minutes anyway. If we need to, or even at half time, should the lead be stronger than what we might expect us to. Second goal of the year for Dele Alli. He's contributing a few little goals as well. It's nice work though, actually. The way they're rotating the play around. Reguilon, I thought he was going to smash this across, but instead he pulls it back a little bit. And there's Dele Alli with a lovely little finish. Also, a lot of people were asking about how I was able to fit 6 boxes on this screen. Now, I didn't think this was a thing that was a problem, but people were talking about this on stream over the weekend. And I think what it comes down to is the size of the monitor you're playing on. So if you're playing on a laptop, the monitor's smaller and it'll very often shrink stuff off the screen. You can, in theory, get it back by adjusting the zoom settings in the preferences. Now, obviously, I'm playing this on a desktop monitor, which is like quite a large monitor. I think it's like 23 inches. So it will obviously show everything. But that's the reason you may not see all of this information. So just check those settings out if you struggle in there. Højbjerg on the edge of the box. Oh, and again, he does like a long shot, despite not having very good long shots. Son, can he cut back onto his stronger foot? He doesn't need to as Reguilon pulls it back to him. Loads of options, and there is one of them again, and it's... Oh, wow. How did he miss that? Lamela skipping past defenders. Oh, lovely ball for Harry. That's such a nice cross, Merritt Lamela there. The apple with a peach of a ball right onto Harry Kane's head for his 12th goal of the season. It's nice to see Harry Kane grabbing a goal there. It's a nice ball out to Merritt Lamela in the first place. I thought he was going to let the overlap go, but then he just sort of cuts back inside onto his left, and he's just delivered a gorgeous little ball in between the defenders. Simple finish for Harry. I say simple. Decent header from Harry Kane. Well, pretty cushy half-time score. Exactly what we would have wanted. Let's get this done. Overlaps for days. Reguilon in acres of space. Ball whipped in, and it's off the post. And it looks like it could be a yellow card, actually, or a red, in fact, for Rados. It is, in fact. They've given him a me. Renato Rados is off. So there we go. In the end, Lokomotivo 0, Tottenham 2. Once again, we're creating a lot of chances and not really scoring as many as I would like to in these last couple of European matches. But nevertheless, maybe we'll get a bounce back in another game. But that does leave us 5 points clear at the top of the group with the trip to Sparta to guarantee... Well, we've already qualified. We could wrap up the group, though, if we could just get a draw against Sparta in the next game. So good stuff. We draw Palace in the third round of the FA Cup. Well, that's just annoying, isn't it? When you consider that there's like National League teams we could have got drawn against. Hey. Right, it is the day of our game against Sparta. So I'm going to do the selection advice again. I think there's no way Højbjerg can start another game like that. Although that being said, because of his excellent stamina, he's actually not too bad, which is incredible. The guy gets about a bit. I'm probably going to save Sissoko for the... I'll bring him off the bench, but I'm probably saving him for the Villa game to bring him back in. And I'm going to start Ben Davies again because he's been excellent so far this season, although lately not so much, but we will see. They're actually in surprisingly good condition. And one of the things the devs were saying about it is that sometimes people rest players when they don't need to, because that's why one of the reasons why they've moved away from the percentage thing as far as condition goes. Now, this game is still kind of important because if we were to lose to Sparta, firstly, it would be a loss, and that would be our first one of the season in any competition, which would be bad. We don't want that. But also, it could put us in a position where we could potentially not win the group, and that's really unimaginable at this point. Kane's in, and it's already a goal. After 6 minutes, we have the lead here in the Czech Republic. 13th goal of the season for Harry Kane. Bit lucky the way the ball broke to him, but it doesn't matter. We'll take it at this point. Just getting these results over the line is very, very important with us, considering we've got Villa, who are started all right this season, in the next game. Oh, it was actually Son's ball through, technically, although it was more of a slide tackle in a way. It doesn't matter. It's 1-0. But as we saw last time against Sparta, they have quality. Hlozek particularly. On the break, we've got to be wary of that. We only just scraped through them last time. Son, can he cut back to his left? Right, rather. Well, he doesn't need to. Oh, what a brilliant header from Moura, but he couldn't quite steer it home. Skipping through challenges. Whips it through, and Moura's there this time, rising at the far post to make it 2-0, and that should probably do it for us, but you never know with these things. Getting 2-0 up in the first half, though, very, very important, and it looks like we are going to remain unbeaten for yet another episode from the start of this season. I'm actually surprised at how long we've managed to go. Now, I know there's been a lot of, games against weaker oppositions in there, but still, we've had Premier League games. Plavsic now going right to the right-hand side, and he's got to look out for Hlozek in the middle, and a great tackle from Matt Doherty. Nope, apparently it's not a good tackle. It looked like a good tackle to me, but we'll see. Even the text said it was surprising. Docal steps up and it's in off the post. Sparta 1, Tottenham 2. And a potential way back in for Sparta right now is not what we really needed. I feel a bit hard. I feel like Doherty's a bit harshly done by there, but there you go. And they were actually being successful with it, more importantly. And we made a couple of little subs to freshen things up as Son's in, and it's a simple finish for Heung-min Son, and it's 3-1 here in the Czech Republic. Bit shaky in times here. They've created a lot of good quality chances off of very few shots, and I think 3-1 to us is actually quite favourable towards the end of this. Only Son's third goal of the year. I would like to see a little bit more goal threat from Heung-min Son this season, but he's getting there. It's nice work from him, gets it back onto his right foot, and just slots that one home. You love to see it. That should surely wrap up the group now. But that should be, well, that's the group wrapped up now. We go 8 points clear at the top, which means a complete rotated side for the final game because it doesn't really matter what happens. It's only just occurred to me that my face cam has turned off. I do apologise if you missed anything with it. Once again, it's because we've been recording large chunks like this. It will only let you record for half an hour and it doesn't notify you when it stops recording. It's a pain in the arse, and if you don't pay attention, it just turns off, and there's no way of knowing that it's turned itself off. So that's really annoying. Apologies for that. That's one of the reasons I got the cam link, so we can bypass stuff like that, but I can't use it just yet. So yeah, we've started this season very well in all competitions, really. We're 18 games into the season and we're unbeaten so far. And you'd feel that there's a good opportunity for us to really go at least 21 matches into the season unbeaten, as we've got Villa and Leeds at home in the Premier League next, and our home record is stellar with 5 wins out of 5. I can see us winning both of those home games, to be honest, and giving ourselves a real good start. And then we've also got Lokomotiva in there as well. So I think there's a real strong chance that we could get to 20 games from the start of the season and unbeaten, and be into December without yet having a defeat, which is a great start to the season no matter what, you know? And I still think there's ways we can improve, in all honesty. So if you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have, drop a like. That would be most delightful. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, that'd be sick too. I stream on Twitch on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and at the weekends, so drop a follow over there as well if you're interested. All sorts of cool stuff going on over too. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for, well, I mean, less Europa League at least, and at least we're going to do 3 Premier League matches. Imagine that. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.